Hello, I am Jaynee from Messages from Heaven by Jaynee on YouTube. Uh, Today, my guides want me to talk about insurance and my adventures with insurance. You have to literally, by law, have house insurance if you buy a house, and I hope you're able to do that. I also hope you can hear me. I'm going to get a little bit closer. Okay. I'm in my garden. I planted my garden myself. There were trees here, and that was it. We moved here from Philadelphia where there wasn't really much room. I planted two trees, one in the front and one in the back, and that was it. So I am very much in love with my trees and my plants. My all my everything all out here, flowers, plants, shrubs. Anyway, insurance. Okay, our house is not new. It was built in, let's see, 65, but it doesn't matter. Um, Houses, some things last and some things don't. So, what happened was that the mortar on the bricks next to the front door wore away, and water came rushing in. We had a puddle in the front. Um, it also came in through a hole in the roof or something in the roof, a crack, whatever it was. So it caused a little leak above the stove in the kitchen. But near the door, the front door, it was a lake. So, okay, um, we do have a contractor. He tends to be expensive, but he does really good work. Well, actually, we have more than one. Um, one who does one kind and another one does something else. So he came and he did a temporary fix so that it was we had put down every towel that we owned, and well, we'd done it twice because it was rainy. I can't remember actually when this happened initially, but it was very rainy, and twice it filled up with water, and we put every towel and every little bathroom rug down and then washed it, and then it happened again. And so he came and fixed the mortar. We had actually had it fixed temporarily before, but not all of them. We didn't know that they were all leaking or had problems. So he did this fix, and oh my goodness, my cat Cody is being so sweet. Let me see if I can put him on while can you see him? He's okay. He's out here with me. He is a mouser. He doesn't fool around. I had to let him upstairs because we did get a mouse. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. Um, so the first guy, we called the insurance company, and the first guy they sent out, an adjuster, was so handsome. He came in and he looked like a GQ guy. I'm telling you, he was standing there like this. And I thought I could pick up. I'm a psychic, I'm an empath, and I pick up this guy. This guy doesn't like that we're two old people and we can't admire him the way he wanted to be admired because he was dressed to the nines and he was so handsome, so gorgeous. So well, I'm also an artist, so I do notice beauty. Okay, fine. He says everything is fine. What? Everything's fine. The floor was all lifted up near the door. It was like do 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 a rolling ocean. That's fine. Excuse me, it's not too fine with two old people who can trip one things. So he writes up, it's fine. And you say, oh my God. So it took us months. Um, One of the problems with insurance is you got to make up your mind it's going to take months. Um, okay. So I called, and that's one thing you have to know. You have to call, you have to write. Um, you need you need some kind of uh, phone or something to be able to communicate with these people. So I called, and I didn't say that you sent this gorgeous guy out, and he was disappointed because we didn't admire him enough. That wouldn't go well. So I asked for someone else, and they sent out a regular guy who was really nice, and he looked at everything, and it went fine, and we had it fixed. And Nick, the guy who is the contractor, came and he did all the work. By the way, I'm relaxed today. So he came and he did the work. Um, okay. Oh, let's see. Maybe it was a year. It seems like it might be a year later. This past March, perhaps, or maybe February. I don't know. We had some terrible rainstorms on the East Coast, and we were in Delaware. So um, rain, 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 all of a sudden is creating a waterfall in the kitchen. So we had this beautiful waterfall. Harry called me. Harry's my husband of 60 years, and he called me and he said, "Jane, we, I've got all these buckets out in the on top of the stove. Everything, it's pouring in here." I must have been at our daughter's. I don't know where I was or what was happening. And I came home and I said, ah! And so we had all the stuff out, and I called Nick. I called the insurance company too, and the insurance company says, "Oh, don't fix the roof." I have to tell you, on the night of this terrible storm, Nick came out in the pouring rain, climbed on our roof, and said, "Doesn't look good. I'm going to go to Home Depot and I'm going to get a tarp for it." He did. It was $300. He got this giant thing. And in the pouring rain, he went back up on the roof at night and put this tarp on the roof. It stopped the rain from coming in, but honestly, I wasn't happy. I mean, I wanted it fixed. I didn't want any more of this stuff coming in. Um, so, okay, so um, the next thing, the insurance company said, "Let it go. Don't fix it yet." I said, "I'm sorry. I want this fixed." They, I did not expect them to pay for it, so I really couldn't see any reason not to fix it. And so I arranged with Nick to get a new roof. We did not ever have to get a new roof, and we've lived here. I think it's going on 18 years. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. And we just had to fix, little holes. One of which was in the studio, or it's a sunroom. A lot of houses down here have that. They're just an extra room that is put on for that you can go in and during 3 seasons, not the freezing winter because it's definitely really cold then. But anyway, so 17 years ago, we had a leak in that room, and it took a bit of work because the room is all wood and whatever. It just took a while to get it fixed right. Um, okay, so that's that. But nothing was happening in there. This was a waterfall in the kitchen. So after Nick did the roof, um, they sent out because I asked, and they sent out an adjuster. And this time he wasn't the GQ guy. It was he looked like a hippie farmer. Comes out, he's got I forget what kind of hat he's got on. He's real tall, and I'm real short. and he's medium weight, but he's about 6'4", and he just seemed the his demeanor was nice, fine. So he comes in and he doesn't look at the dining room floor. And the dining room floor was at that time, to do, to do, to do. You know, the water had somehow, we didn't know at that moment how, it had gotten under the floor. So I think I showed him the floor. I took him in the kitchen. He looked at the area above the stove, and he said, "Oh, you never fixed that." I said, "Yes, we did." "No, never fixed that. It wouldn't look that way. It could never be that way if it were fixed, if it had been fixed." I said, "We did fix it." "No, we never." Blah, 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 blah. He's talking over me, and he's mansplaining to me why it could not be, why it couldn't have been fixed. And I take him into the sunroom and I show him the window. There's a window because the room was added on. There was a window over the sink, and on the sunroom side of the window, it had leaked. It wasn't really a big deal. It leaked into the canned cat food, so it was canned, but and it didn't get down to the art supplies underneath. But instead of looking at the window, he's looking at the wood at where it leaked 17 years ago. And he's saying, "See, you didn't fix it because the wood is stained or something." And I said, "That's 17 years old." He ignored that. I said, "Look at the window." He says, "That's 17." No, he didn't. I'm sorry. That's me saying 17 years old. He's saying, "I can tell you didn't fix it. You didn't do anything to fix it, and it's still there." I said, "It was 17 years ago. Of course we fix it." Bup, 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 bup. And then he leaves. And I get this letter um, saying, "We denied your claim. You didn't fix it from the first place, and you have that leak in the sunroom that you never fixed." That's not true. It's like not true at all. So what do you do when that happens? I called the supervisor, and the supervisor sounded like a nice old guy. I'm talking to somebody about my age who knew stuff that, I forget what he was talking about, but we were talking about something that only two old people would know. Some, I don't know, maybe about phones. When we used to have one phone and it would be in the kitchen. I forget, whatever it was. So, fine. Then I get a letter from him, from the supervisor, saying, "Yep, it's denied." And like, here's the whole legal list of things that we cover and that what we don't cover. And obviously, like, so I have a lawyer, and I can explain later how you get a lawyer. It's not a big deal. I don't want this to go to other people who are around here. There are things where you get a lawyer for $30 a month. Got that? Okay, got that. All right. So I have a lawyer. I talk to him, and oh, I forgot. There's more. God. So they had written that I should call if I want to complain. I should call the insurance commission in Delaware. I thought they just don't want to do anything in their company. The lawyer said no, they can investigate, and they're actually a good place for you to start out. And if they don't do what's necessary, then I can take over. So I'm in the process of doing that. sometimes, especially for me, because I don't know anything about computers, um, when you fill out a form, if you don't fill out exactly the way that the insurance expects it to be, it won't go through. Um, and so that's a problem for all us older people because we don't know how to fix it. And I would bet that my 7-year-old granddaughter would know, but I don't. And I didn't bring it to her because I don't think that she would like that. I know my 10-year-old granddaughter does not want to fix computer stuff. She doesn't want to be sitting there fixing it. Anyway, so I've done that and we'll see what happens. I think eventually, when someone who is listening and fair uh, sees what's going on, it'll be paid for. Yeah, this is Tuesday. It's right here. Wait a minute. Here's Tuesday. Let me see if I can get her. Tuesday. Here. I don't know if you saw her. She's out here being happy because mommy's out here, and I adore her. There's our garage. Now you can see our garage. Um, anyway, um, so that is the story of both the puddle, or it wasn't a puddle. It was a lake at the front door, and the waterfall in the kitchen. Actually, there's another one in between this stuff. And I forget if it was January or February. We were in Philadelphia, and Harry always liked to go to Famous Deli, which is at Fourth and Bainbridge. Now he's not because they were cited for mice, um, and so he doesn't want to go there now. But anyway, we were there, and he was in still in the deli getting stuff, and I was in the car waiting for him. The car was parked, and along comes this giant truck. I mean, this tiny street um, that really is, it's from what, 1870, So this truck is flying down the street and it just takes off our driver's side mirror as it's going. Zoom, whole car shakes, and the mirror is like uh, shattered and the truck is zooming on ahead. I didn't get the license plate because it did keep on going. A woman runs out of the restaurant that's right next to us, and she says, "I saw it. I saw it. I'm a witness. I'll give you, my number, and I'm taking pictures right now." And she did, and it was from this big company, R&R, RJ, I don't know, something in Ohio. And I called them afterward and talked to them. Apparently, they get a lot of this because it's a big trucking company, and apparently they run into cars a lot. So talked to the people, and they sent forms. We filled out the forms. You know, how old is your car? I don't know, all kinds of stuff in the form. Harry filled it out, and I talked to them, and they needed photographs of the car, and I sent them, and they said they didn't get them. And I called them and I said, "Will you stay on the phone with me and I will send them to you while we're on the phone?" And she said she didn't get them and our printer wasn't working. So my nephew, oh, there's my phone, but hold on, I'm doing a show. Hold on a second or a bit. My nephew came with my brother, came into to here to Philly, although we're not in Philly, we're in Delaware. He came in and he fixed the printer. So I was able to, via snail mail, send them the photographs. Haven't heard from them. It's been about 3 weeks. And I don't think they intend to do anything. So the lawyer's going to look into that. He told me what he's going to do. The moral of the whole story is when you have a problem, when something happens and you have insurance, don't let it go as though they win because their idea is to collect your money and keep it. That's what they do. So get it into your head when they here goes Cody. When they do that, don't let them. Contact them. Do everything you have to do because it's not right. That's why you pay them. Okay? All right. I want to do a remote later, but the guides wanted me to do this today, and I did. So, um, if you have any questions, excuse me, any comments, just please contact me at spiritsbyjaney@gmail.com, and I'll answer. I'll be very happy to hear from you. Um, and right now, press the buttons. Just press any button. Press the buttons because it'll help me on YouTube. And thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.